All right, today I'm going to talk about, probably have heard this before, assumption is mother of all screw-ups. Maybe you've heard where assume means making an ass out of you and me, all these different things. Well, I'm a big believer that assumption is one of the major flaws most sales reps have, and I got a way to get around that, and I'm going to talk about that today. Biggest reason, I think, there's a couple big reasons on assumption and what it is, but it's your ego. Your ego is your biggest challenge because a lot of times you don't want to ask questions when a customer is talking because you think, I'm supposed to know that. I don't really know what he's talking about, but I'm supposed to know that. So, but if that mentality, you are doomed. You're not going to grow and you're not going to have no idea why your customers are buying from you. So we got to get past our own personal egos. It's one of the biggest challenges in sales. The other thing is, same thing, is afraid of looking dumb. Flat out, we're afraid of looking dumb. Relax. You're not going to look dumb. Ask questions, and you'll actually do a better job with your clients. My thinking is, your fear of looking dumb is what's going to make you look stupid. And the reason why is because even if somebody buys from you, you will let them down because you maybe didn't sell them the right product based on what they really wanted because you didn't ask qualifying questions. We get caught up in times in sales saying, assume we know what they meant whenever the customer made a statement, and so we don't ask clarifying questions. We assume we know what their pains are, so we don't even ask. Man, that's one of the biggest killers in sales. I see it all the time with people who have been in an industry for a long time. They think, oh, I already know everything. I've been in his shoes before. I know why he would buy or why he wouldn't buy this. And so we don't ask what their challenges are, what's keeping them up at night. As a result, we don't get the customer talking. As a result, we don't get them expanding on what is their issues. And all we know in sales is emotions sell. If we get them talking more about what their challenges, their struggles, or their pains are, what's keeping them up at night, what are their goals now versus what are they hitting now for numbers versus what are their goals, whatever the difference is, that's their pain. When we get them to start telling us, they start thinking that maybe their life isn't so great, that maybe they should move on forward, maybe they should hear you out more. You got to open them up. So we assume that they won't, that we know their bit. We assume that the customers know our business, so we don't run them through it. I hear that all the time. Like if they bought from somebody else and we're trying to take the business from it, and because they've already bought it before, sales reps will automatically assume that the customer already knows the whole process. You can't assume these things. Or we assume we pre-qualify. Oh, they won't buy because whatever the reason is that we have a crazy idea in our head. We gotta let them have the opportunity to buy, okay? Here's a couple questions that can help you through that. So just ask. Can we back up for a minute? When you said whatever it was, can you expand on that? Get them to talk about it. Here's another one. So we're on the same page, can you tell me more about that? Again, making sure that you understand what it is that they were saying, because I can't tell you how many times in sales when I thought for sure I knew what the customer was talking about and I used one of these questions and they went on talking for 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes and I found out I was off base. But I'm glad I did because I was able to sell them whatever product I was selling because I understood what their issues were. What they didn't like, what they did like, and guess what else a lot of times they did? They talked themselves into buying from me. It's great. Just another question here is just so I understand, why is that important to you? Just so I understand, why is that important to you? Again, getting them to tell you. We all know in sales, the goal is to get the customer talking twice as much at least that you are. Well, the best way to do that is to ask questions. And when they make statements, ask a question to get clarification on that. You don't know what you're going to get. You might get a one-word answer. You might get 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes of a conversation dialogue where they're doing 90% of the talking. That's the key in sales. So get past your assumption of that you know it all. Get past your ego that you feel like that you need to have the answers to it all. When you don't have an answer, ask a question. I always say, like when you're feeling stress, wherever you feel it on your body in sales, like I feel it in my shoulders. If I feel it there, I know it's an automatic cue in me that I need to ask a question. I got to get the monkey off of my back and back on the client's back and get them talking so I have a better understanding of what it is they want, their needs, their wants, their desires. So stop thinking so much in sales. You don't have to think so much. You just got to ask better questions. Hope that works for you. Charge for you this weekend.